blue-collar mechanic Carter Chambers and billionaire hospital magnate Edward Cole meet for the first time in the hospital after both had been diagnosed with cancer. They become friends as they undergo their respective treatments. Carter is a gifted amateur, historian, and family man who had wanted to become a history professor, but in his youth had been broke, black, and with a baby on the way, and thus never rose above his job at the McCreath body shop. Edward is a 4 times divorced healthcare tycoon and cultured loner who enjoys nothing more than tormenting his personal valet, Matthew Hay, whom he calls Thomas. He makes Matthew, serves Carter as well as him, and orders his employee and Dr. Morrow to familiarize himself with Carter's health. Carter begins writing a bucket list, or things to do before he kicks the bucket. After hearing he has less than a year, Carter wads it up and tosses it on the floor. Edward finds it the next morning. He urges Carter to do everything on the list, suggesting he add things like skydiving, and offers to finance the trip. Carter agrees, despite the protest of his wife, Virginia Todd. The pair begins an around-the-world vacation, embarking on race car driving, skydiving, climbing the pyramids, and going on a lion safari in Africa. They discuss a rare coffee and its unusual taste. They also confide about faith and family, revealing that Carter has long been feeling less in love with his wife and that Edward is deeply hurt by his estrangement with his only daughter, who disowned him after he sent some people to take care of her abusive husband, hinting at physically assault but ruling out murder. In Hong Kong, Edward hires a prostitute, Rowena King, for Carter, who has never had sex with any woman but his wife. Carter declines and asks to return home, and reciprocates by trying to reunite Edward with his daughter. Edward angrily storms off. Carter returns home to his wife, children, and grandchildren. The family reunion is short-lived. In the preparation for a romantic interlude, Carter suffers a seizure and is rushed to the hospital. Cancer has spread to his brain. Edward, who is now in remission, visits him and they share a few months where Carter reveals to great amusement the disgusting origin of the world's most rare coffee, Kopi Luwak, over which Edward obsesses and Carter has refused to drink. Carter crosses off "Laugh Till I Cry" from his bucket list and insisted Edward finish the list without him. Carter goes into surgery, but the procedure is unsuccessful. He dies on the operating table. Edward delivers a eulogy at the funeral, explaining that he and Carter had been complete strangers, but the last 3 months of Carter's life were the best 3 months of his. He crosses off "help a complete stranger for a common good" from the list. We see Edward finally attempt to reconcile with his daughter. She not only accepts him back into her life, but also introduces him to the granddaughter he never knew. After greeting the little girl with a kiss on the cheek, Edward crosses "kiss the most beautiful girl in the world" off the list. In the epilogue, it is revealed that Edward lived until the age of 81, and his ashes are brought to the top of Himalayas. It turns out to be Matthew who does this, and as he places Edward's ashes alongside a can containing Carter's, he crosses off the last item on the bucket list. Witness something truly majestic, and places it beside them. In the final lines of the movie, Carter explains, "I'm pretty sure Edward was happy with his final resting place because he was buried on the mountain, and that was against the law." For the first time, 2 screen legends star together on the big screen, embracing life and death. Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, 2 of the most respected, highly regarded, and talented actors ever, form the first great buddy duo of the 21st century in the bucket list. Call it a comedy or call it a drama, But the bucket list is a funny, heartwarming tale of two men who know they are going to die and who have a limited time to accomplish their life's goals. A remnant of the holiday season, the movie has hung around for nearly 2 months, more than a month in wide release, and the theater was still 2/3 full. I had relegated it to the rental list after a slew of social reveals, but I'm glad I saw it when I did. The film is a genuinely entertaining and funny little movie. It won't win any awards, but it's a feel-good film that audiences of all ages and genders will appreciate, except for the 3 people who walked out of the theater halfway through. The Bucket List is about 2 old strangers who find themselves roommates at a treatment center after they are diagnosed with life-threatening cancer, while one is a mechanic and the other is the millionaire who owns the treatment center. Among many others, the 2 slowly form a strong bond. When they are both given the prognosis that they have less than a year to live, they decide to travel around the world together to knock off the items on their bucket list, a list of things you want to do before you kick the bucket. Nicholson and Freeman are a great team, and without them, the bucket list wouldn't be nearly as good. These 2 actors, who are always fun to watch regardless of the quality of the film they're in, have excellent chemistry and play off each other well. Neither stepped out of their comfort zones, but just watching these 2 interact is a blast. Complementing the acting is the screenplay, written by Justin Zackham. Again, the writing won't win any awards, but Zackham caters the dialogue and story to his actors' strengths, and the synergy really shows. That being said, the movie does gloss over the duo's travel a bit. While I think the film was appropriate length, Zackham and director Rob Reiner missed out on some opportunities to show these men interacting in far-off locations. There are brief scenes in each location, but Reiner misses an opportunity to show off some great scenery and add to the funny moments. It's also disappointing to see that all of the foreign scenery is stock footage. Apparently, Warner Brothers spent so much money on its actors that there wasn't any left to actually put this actor on location, or at least make it look like they're on location. The Bucket List has a few mildly slow parts, but most of the time it is a consistently funny, touching film.